today, some new help. A federal agency just opened a disaster recovery center in hard-hit Spalding County. Atlanta News First reporter Rebecca Schramm is in Griffin with a look at the resources now available.
So many families here in Griffin have had to relocate. The homes they own, or in many cases, the homes they were renting, were damaged or destroyed. Now, federal assistance is within their reach.
Well, the wind come like straight across the house.
Longtime Spalding County resident Arthur Reed says his house fared better than others during the January 12th tornadoes, but he still has damage all along the back of his house.
I own the house. I don't have homeowner's insurance because I can't afford it.
He was one of the first to register for assistance at the Federal Emergency Management Agency's newly opened Disaster Recovery Center inside the Spalding County Senior Center.
What we call one-stop shopping. People who've been affected by the tornadoes can come in and get their questions answered. Talk face-to-face with someone.
FEMA spokesman Nate Custer says they can apply for a federal grant that they won't have to pay back.
If their home is such that it can be repaired enough so the family can still live there or move back in, let's say there are holes in the roof, holes in the wall, or things like that, FEMA can look at that, and an inspector will come out, make an appointment after you've registered, and look over what happened and come up with a grant on a case-by-case basis.
He says FEMA can also fill in the gaps for those who have insurance but not enough of it. Also at this center, representatives from the U.S. Small Business Administration, which a lot of people are surprised to hear, also helps homeowners and renters.
They register with FEMA first. FEMA will let them know how much they can help, to what level, and then they refer them over to SBA.
The Small Business Administration then provides a free application for a long-term, low-interest loan. FEMA reps hope they can help Arthur Reed with a grant.
I hope so too. I think that would be nice if it was right away. I don't know how long that's going to take.
The Disaster Recovery Center will operate from 8 to 6, 7 days a week until they help everyone who needs it. In Griffin, Rebecca Schramm, Atlanta News First.